It's your boy Salim from Notorious S back with another video. Baby. Man, we back with another parking lot chronicle. Maybe that's what I'm going to call it. I just didn't find any other time right now to make a video, so I'm doing it at work. I'm hoping to hide my shit so nobody finds out where I work. But yeah, man, I actually like this format better. I don't know if it's the fact that the camera's closer to my face. I'm just more comfortable. I got my AC on. And it's like the older format is like I'm sitting in my room. I put the chair against the wall, and it's like a big white wall, and the camera's a little too far from my face. And I don't really like it like that. So, yeah, if anybody's watching, like, you guys drop a comment if you actually like it that way. I'm not big enough yet to have the comments, but it's gonna happen eventually, boy. You know what I'm saying? But like, without further ado, I'm gonna get into the topic. But yeah, I actually like this whole format. I think I'm gonna keep it until I find something better. Right, so look, let's dive into it. I'm gonna talk about envy. I just want, like, you know me by now. If you've gone through all the videos, I just reflect on a lot of things. Sometimes I just be sitting down or like on my bed thinking about a lot of circumstances, about things in my life. I think it's like a lost art to just reflect. And I'm like, I remember me during a time in my life being really envious of people. It's just like lately that I stopped being envious like that, just because I realized, like, the way I see it is we've all been dealt a different hand in the game of life. Some of us have a +4, just like Uno. You have a +4, you have a skip, and you have a reverse. And some of us only have, like, regular numbers. And a lot of us spend our whole lives dwelling on the fact that we didn't have the hand that we wanted, instead of making it into like a game-winning hand. Because you can, right? You take lemons and you turn them into lemonade. Like, that's as easy as that. And so the reason why I don't really complain is, look, and I'm gonna like go back into my own mindset, is I immigrated. I'm an immigrant, right? I was born in Niger. I immigrated when I was 5. I came to Montreal. And don't feel bad about what I'm gonna say. Don't feel any sympathy for me, because I don't care. And my situation is not really different from that of a lot of people, right? But we came here. My father was there before, so he welcomed me, my brother, and my mother. My sister wasn't born yet. And we were 4 living in a 1-bedroom apartment, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a kitchen, a bedroom, and a toilet, right? And sleeping on the floor. But it's like, this is such an unoriginal situation. A lot of immigrants live that way when they come like on their route to be established. But you can't help it. Like, when you get injected into a school with a lot of kids that were born there, that were already established with their families, you can't help but to compare yourself. And you look at their situations, man. They probably have like all the latest kicks. Their parents have a big house, they own a house, you live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Your kicks are not that nice. You buy them at like hand-me-downs and like secondhand stores and whatnot, and you see the lifestyle that they live. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my closest friends growing up, I think like every 2 weekends he used to go to Toronto to watch like the Maple Leafs play at the stadium. He had all the latest phones. He had the first iPhone, all the PSPs, PS3s, PS4s, and whatnot. And I couldn't help but to think and to envision myself living the same lifestyle. But it's like, it's so funny how life makes things, right? Like, the game starts easy for them. It's just like Uno. A lot of people don't know how to play the game, so you might start with a +4, +2, and skip and a switch, and you waste your hand quickly. But as the game goes on, as life goes on, for the people that actually make it work, it gets easier. So in spite of the fact that I didn't have all these things, the material goods that I was lacking, because that's the way God tested me, that's why I see it. We all get tested differently based on who we are. We have a hand, yes, that's given to us, but based on that hand that we received, we get tested differently. My test was, okay, you know what? You grew up in a family that doesn't have the financial means. So your test and the way you test it, the way I see it, is to get over the hump, that hump specifically. What my friends had were different issues. Some of them were introverts. They were shy. They were lazy. And all these things. And as time went on, I realized that I had all these positive skills that came from the fact that I grew up with hardships. I'm not shy at all. I'm saying I'm not fearless, but I'm really outgoing. I'm straightforward as an individual. I have a lot of you can say charisma when you talk to people, and all these things, and convincing power when I speak. I know that because I've been told that a lot of times, right? And so all these things help me now. And if I look at these friends that I grew up with as well, that had all the things easily, now it's much harder for them. And it's like, it's pretty common sense. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm not reinventing the wheel right now, right? But that you should be more mindful of that. And the other reason why is because nobody knows what happens when the curtain falls, man. When the curtains are down and like people are in the dark thinking about their lives, it's really easy. Like, it's nothing new. You don't know if they're depressed. You don't know if they're suicidal or, you know, whatever. I'm trying not to say things that are bad for the algorithm. Fucking, like, you don't even know what they're thinking. And so just like take your hand, take what you got to try to make it a better situation. Yes, life isn't fair, but what the heck, man? You have two solutions. Either you dwell on it and you just, you know, live your life thinking about the fact that you didn't have what you wanted, or you can make it better. And like my trip to my country just made me realize how grateful I should be and how lucky I am, even though I'm not where I am. Like, yo, there's people that can't do nothing about their situations back home in Africa, in third world countries. You know what I'm saying? But like, relatively speaking, they don't have many options. And so most of you guys that are going to be looking at my videos, you probably are in a first world country and you could do something about it. You know what I'm saying? It's all the matter of perspective, the way you see yourself. So envy is not the solution. Trust me, it is not the solution. And that's what I think is really ironic and ironical as well. Like, I'm going to segue a little bit, but like a lot of like successful people or rich people, I think that's what they struggle with a lot, is they can't find a way to recreate the hardships of their situations that allow them to become them. And a lot of them come from humble beginnings. And they have kids, and they're not able to have to really form and shape their kids to be the type of individual that they became, because the circumstances are just different. And they have a hard time understanding that maybe the test that their kids have is to be as good of a person, even though they're really far removed from their parents of what made them them. I think, if, that's a whole other subject nonetheless. But yeah, man, envy is not the solution. Just look at yourself. And it's really hard nowadays in the society we live in. And I'm not going to like cry a river and all these things. But man, it's all about looking at your situation and not that of the person next to you, because you don't know, my man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I got for you, man. If you like the content, subscribe, share, like. You know why? Because it's free. And I'm going to see you next time. Peace.